College baseball season is upon us. Good morning from KEX, home of the Oregon State Beavers. Paul Linnman and Scott Lynn with you. Do you realize the Beavers are nationally ranked in every poll? They're as high as number 17 in the country. Could they win another national championship?
Oh, wouldn't that be something?
Let's bring in Pat Casey, head baseball coach at Oregon State. And Pat, these national rankings, I know a confidence builder, but does it sometimes work better if your team has to play its way into the national rankings?
You know, it sure was last year. I think it depends on the club. I think it depends on how much experience you have. And, you know, the one thing I fear a little bit with this club is, you know, we are very, very young, especially on the mound. And, you know, we're going to start the season out with probably at least four of our starters out. So I hope they don't buy into it too much and understand that it's a long season and that we're going to be a much better club in the middle of March and we're going to be in the middle of February.
Again, you talk about the young players. They were rated the 7th best group of newcomers by Baseball America. So there is talent if you can get those guys to play and get old in a hurry, huh?
Yeah, and I'm only half into the rankings because, you know, we've had classes that have not been ranked very high that have been very, very successful, and we've had classes that were ranked very, very high that I wasn't sold on them. So, you know, I just think it comes down to what you do between the white lines and how many of those guys stay healthy and how many of those guys actually adapt to the college game and, you know, how many of those guys physically change. And so, you know, we like the freshman group of guys we have. We also understand that, you know, anytime you lose 3 or 4 starters that you had from a very successful team, that things can be a little dicey, in particular, putting some freshman guys in the mound in some big situations. And unfortunately for us, we've got a couple guys that are good. Jace Fry, for example, won't be with us probably for the first 2 weekends. And, you know, I would tell you that he pitched in the college league last year here and, you know, could be as good a freshman guy on the mound as we've ever brought in here.
Interesting opener Friday at UC Santa Barbara. New head coach Andrew Checkich there, who you coached at OSU when he pitched for the Beavers for 3 years in the late 90s. You opened with 12 straight on the road. How does that happen? Are you excited about that or not?
I don't know. I guess I got to talk to Coach Lees. He did the scheduling and find out what's going on. You know, I'm not sure about 12 on the road. Certainly, we're always feeling like it's better to get on the road with the weather situation early so you can get those games in. But it's better to get into some places where you're on a neutral site. I know Santa Barbara will be chomping at the bit for us, and hopefully we respond to that. You know, Andrew was a heck of a pitcher here at Oregon State, tremendous competitor, and I know he'll do the same thing down there as a coach. I'm sure they're going to be very, very well prepared. And I know that they've had a couple guys, you know, they had a transfer come across from Oregon and some people like that. So I know they'll be a much better club than they've been in the past.
I was going to say, maybe you go 12 places where it's not raining and start that
would be okay.
That way. I'm wondering what you tell longtime Beaver fans who so fondly remember the back-to-back titles in 06 and 07 who say, Coach, can we do it again this year?
Well, certainly you can. You can do anything's possible. You know, the reality of 300 and some baseball teams in Division I baseball, and one of them coming on top is something that you dream about. To be able to do that and be part of it has been something that in my life that's been special for me as a coach, as a person, as a Beaver believer. No matter what you call it, it's something that will always be with us as the entire Beaver Nation. And so, you know, do we strive for that every year? Absolutely. Do you feel like some years you have more bullets in your gun than before? Absolutely. And you know, so we had been to the World Series in 05 with a lot of those kids packed. We were in a super regional last year, and we felt like that we did not play our best baseball at the end of the season, and therefore hopefully that'll be a little bit of a burning edge to try to get us to where we want to be. But certainly we have a club that would have to probably fire on all cylinders to do something like that, and you know, hopefully we can do that. It'd be great.
And Pat, Jacoby Ellsbury named the Oregon Professional Athlete of the Year this week at the Oregon Sports Awards. Darwin Barney was there as well. 2 major leaguers back in town. You've got to be awfully proud of the Beavs.
I am. I can't wait until we actually get Darwin to host us so we can get a little bit more Beaver love out there instead of so much of the other. You know, we got to balance that thing out. So it's a wonderful show. And those guys do a tremendous job.
Beaver baseball coach Pat Casey, glad to be back on the team with you here at KEX. Pat, good luck on Fridays to start the season and the rest of the way.
Hey, thank you. We're we're excited to be back on board with you, and we look forward to a great relationship. And hopefully we're going to get some sunshine in Santa Barbara this weekend.